right, man. Here we are. No intro. We're just jumping right into this motherfucker.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
What's happening? What's it going? Yeah, Ninja, Russell, Zodiac. Let me see here. Oh man, yeah. I'm gonna give it a few minutes here, and what we were just talking about is if JT's not going to be here tonight. He's a little wore down, a little long in the tooth, I do believe, and he's um, so basically, what we're going to do is try to find a third so that it's still the tray. Otherwise, like we were talking about it, otherwise we got a Thursday night version for the horror of it, except for the discussion instead of a watch. So as soon as we can come across somebody who interested here in discussing this, I don't see any of our usual people that would jump into. I wish I would have had a chance. The person I should have asked, man, was Ben from Cadaver. He loves Fulci. He loves Italian horror. I forgot to fucking ask him.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say get in touch with him for some other time.
This would have been the one too, man. This would have been it. But yeah, watched it, checked it out. Did you tell you hear the background? Yeah. I was really hoping the three of us come together for this one to talk about this. Um, yeah, this has been one hell of a evening. Uh, oh man, how's everybody doing? Shit.
Yeah, I mean, you could message him now. I don't know
Um,
if he's free, but
um, I really wouldn't know how to. I mean, I get a hold of him through Twitter and Instagram.
yeah, like
Um,
I know he used to do that Saturday night stream, the coast to coast stream, and then they stopped doing that, and I'm not like in contact with Ben like I used to be.
yeah, we used to do streams together all the time. And we collab together a lot. We've been talking about doing it again. Like I said, I don't know if he's free or not. I don't have my Instagram over here, so I'm not sure how the hell to get a hold of him. Ninja, do you have access to him? Um, because see, I'm not real good with this, and I wouldn't be able to stay on here and switch over to talk to him on Instagram. I would probably lose this here. See if he's interested in just jumping on here for 60 minutes or so and discussing Fulci Zombie because we're a guy short. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, but until that happens, I'll just go ahead and show this off. This sold out quickly in the Vinegar Syndrome on the Vinegar Syndrome site, and this is the first four of the graphic novels from Zombie. Got a little slip thing here. In here, I'll basically show you what all is in this thing. Here, this is what all is
Yeah.
in this.
Wow. Dude, just the slide box alone is already like vicious.
See, you slide out here. Here's the box.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
awesome.
this is basically just holding the four graphic novel. Now, we pull out the graphic novel. Another box. All right, still in the plastic. This is the Ebon sleeve. Very limited. You see, here's the single shot. All right, where's number one? Let me find number one. I think this is number one. These are very cool, man. I'm totally in love with these. Here's one. Here's one cover.
Talk about a graphic novel.
Here's of course this. Now I haven't opened them or anything, so
Yeah, I ended up watching the movie late last night.
this here, and I'll show you some other stuff that comes in too. And then you got this. Now, what comes in these things? Each one of these four has something different. Here is like a book, Mark. And then this is one that I popped open so that I can show shit. Now in it, now remember, in all four of these things, there's a shit. You got a card. That right there is Al Cliver. And then, of course, you got this. And this is its own little magazine.
Okay. Little liner notes.
Yeah. And then in this one, you have Clever as a zombie. Remember? Because he's turning into a zombie at the end. Remember, he got bit by his girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then inside these things, you have this. I mean, this is inside of inside of inside. Wait, what these things are. And here's the back of it. Yeah, these are awesome. Ooh, check out this art. This leg. I hate that fucking leg. It's on my nerve.
Well, they look like some nice glossy pages too, man.
They are all of them, yeah. And you got notes in here. It's like, ooh, look at this. This is color. This is like each one of these things. Like it's got a price on the back, $22.98 each for these things. Is what it would be. But of course, buying the whole thing, you know. Oh, this one had two cards in it. Here's the other card that's in it. It's awesome shit, man. It's definitely for the Fulci slash zombie nerd. This is yeah, it's limited to like I think like 1,500 or something total. They sold out in like a day or two.
Yeah, I remember seeing the pre-order when it went up, like back in May or April or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I missed it. So when I finally come across it, it was sold out. But that's where it comes in handy knowing some of those sellers. So this went up. This was like 75 bucks or something plus shipping. I ended up getting it for like only like 10 bucks more from secondhand. So dude,
That's not bad.
and with free shipping. So I ended up paying $5 more than everybody did on pre-order.
That's not bad.
So I definitely
Lucked out there.
I definitely it helps to yeah, just one, two, three, okay, four, yeah. And they're gonna be coming out with another four. They're also coming out, they're gonna be doing House by the Cemetery, Beyond, maybe City of the Living Dead, and they're doing this in Maniac.
Wow.
So you know where my ass is gonna be on that. Maniac. Can't have too much Maniac. You know? I still haven't got. I think they finally shipped off my Severed ship today.
Yeah.
That's glossy all around there. So it's got like the matte type color back here, and then that's
Right.
gloss.
Yeah, that is super nice.
Yeah. Yes. So I got lucky. I'm not full behind. I don't know how I did not know this was coming up. I was totally ashamed of myself. I had not a clue this was coming out, and that's unusual for me. Usually I'm on top of shit.
It happens, dude. It's hard to keep up with everything that comes out. And then, like, there's times where I got to go through my phone and put like certain release dates for certain movies or Blu-rays or 4Ks. I got to put them into my phone. After a while, it's too much to just keep a mental note of.
Right? Yeah. This does anybody out there not know why this has so many names? This I will explain why if you guys don't know. This is Zombie, aka Zombie 2, aka Zombie Flesh Eaters, aka Voodoo. Um here okay, let me read it. The story of Zombie and it's tied to Dawn of the Dead. Called Zombie 2 in Italy because when Dario Argento took his cut of his and Romero's Dawn of the Dead to Italy, he called it Zombie with just an I, no E. So Fulci made Zombie 2 as like an unofficial Dawn of the Dead sequel. Well, Fulci's version, zombie sequel. Um, American UK don't consider it a Dawn sequel. US and UK call it Zombie and Zombie Flesh Eaters. It has nothing to do with Romero's Dawn of the Dead. Like, that's basically that's how. So anybody that's seen it over the years can see it was Zombie with just an eye, or Zombie 2, or Zombie Flesh Eaters. That's why, because Fulci decided he was going to make the sequel to Dawn of the Dead, which was, I guess, from his eyes, Argento's Zombie.
Right. And like overall, it just ended up working out as like an unofficial sequel, really.
Right. You know, but that's actually one of the cooler stories, though. You know what I mean? Because if think about it, if there was no Dawn of the Dead, and Argento hadn't brought it over and made his own cut of it and called it Zombie, we would not have Fulci's Zombie.
Right. And then
So
everything else after that that followed after it was, heavily inspired by that. So
Romero and
yeah, I
Argento
mean,
saved the day
Dawn
again,
of the
didn't
Dead is responsible for a slew of horror movies.
they? It all starts with Night, man. Night of the Living Dead, and then Dawn of the Dead, and then from Dawn of the Dead came Zombie, and well, actually, fuck, man. Before Dawn of the Dead was Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, also known as Let Sleeping Corpses Lie.
Yeah, I think that was 74.
76, I think.
Is it 76? Oh
Hold on.
yeah, you know what? I think it's like 77 actually.
Here, I got it written down here.
I don't know why I was thinking 74. I think it is like 76 or 77.
Yeah, I got some maps here.
Yeah,
Um,
I had the standard Blu-ray. I decided to pass on the Steelbook.
I had to get it. It was so pretty, man. I had to.
It is a nice looking Steelbook. I just wasn't willing to drop like $70 on it.
I got this for like 50, and it comes with the Blu-ray, the DVD, and then it also comes with a CD soundtrack, which
Oh,
was
nice.
that was definitely a selling point.
Yeah, I
Uh,
just got the standard Blu-ray for like $22.
yeah, you see, I'm looking here, and this is a 4K scan too.
I still had the original DVD with the Let Sleeping Corpses Lie title on it.
Yeah, I've got the here. I've got this also.
Yeah, yeah, I had that too. Well, you had
Yeah,
the 10. I don't have the 10. I had the regular DVD.
yeah. Back at that time they considered it super limited. It's got 5,000 copies, folks. I'm sorry, that's not super limited. You know, when I think of limited, I'm thinking of 2,000, 1,500 or less. Super, um, super limited is like 250 or less. Um, but yeah, I even made a list of all of my favorite zombie films. Man, it's Romero's original trilogy, Burial Ground, Fulci Zombie, and Return to the Living Dead. But I think that is the best zombie films ever. Of course, you've also got the Blind Dead trilogy, and you've got you see, Train to Busan. You can I have Train to Busan. I still have not fucking seen that yet.
Really, you got to sit down and watch that, dude.
Yeah,
That's such a
yeah, I know.
relentless movie. There's like something going on in that movie at all times. It's
Yeah,
relentless, man.
the one that fucked me up, man, was the sadness. I watched that and I was just like, I
Yeah,
had my
I haven't seen that one yet.
I had my 16-year-old watching it with me, and holy shit, I was there going, oh my god, my 16-year-old is seeing this because there's this kind of sexual assault thing involving a girl's ripped out eyeball. Yeah, the hole in her head, and I was like, oh my god, my child is like, he hasn't been the same since. I didn't know that was coming, but that's an infection film, you know. Just like the 28 days, 28 weeks and shit. Those are not zombies. I know people call them, but they're infection films. They're alive, guys.
Yeah, I agree.
They're alive. You can't be a zombie if you're fucking alive. But they're still sort of they're in like brothers, sisters, John. So I think he wasn't able to get a hold of Ben. Oh, well, does anyone want to jump in here and bounce off and be the third
Does
to?
anybody does anybody want to make this into a
I'll
non-Tuesday night?
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, the difference is we're discussing rather than watching and discussing.
Right.
But
Yeah, we're
that
just not watching it. Even though I do have it on in the background, like on my end, I do have it on TV right now.
I have a
But I
4K
watched
monitor.
it yesterday, and I watch this movie at least once every summer. So,
Yeah,
like, it's definitely a movie I know very well.
yeah. See, I can't decide, man. It used to be Dawn of the Dead was my favorite zombie film, period. And then it became Night of the Living Dead. But now I don't know if it's Night of the Living Dead, Zombie, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Return of the Living Dead. I don't know. I kind of love them all as like one family
Yeah, I hear you.
because they're all different, man. Like even Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, it has its own thing about it that separates it and makes it different. That's got a really creepy part. Do you remember that part where they're in that church down in the basement and they're coming after and they're trying to get out that window or whatever and they're coming up after them like that? That's a creepy ass scene.
They're like in that, it's like some kind of like, it's almost
It seems
like,
like a
I don't
dungeon.
know, man. It's so hard to describe. It's like they're inside of like this kind of homemade mausoleum, or at least some kind of mausoleum that I've never seen before. It's
Under the
very unique, and it's obviously somewhere in Italy or something like that. But I know what you're
under the
talking
church,
about, that
yeah.
scene, because like you see like that one zombie lady come up, and she looks like a witch.
Yeah. They look fucking weird
But
in that film, man. I mean
but
that's
yeah,
far from it.
yo, you remember the one girl in the movie who's like she's like a heroin addict, and she's like constantly crying the whole time?
Yeah,
Apparently,
Christina
like
Garbo
when
said,
they were filming that, like what happened was the girl that was like, the girl that was crying or whatever,
yeah,
apparently like her boyfriend just passed away. And that's why she was like able to cry like right on point, like right on camera. So that's
that's
why like
fucking
you see
crazy.
her like so fully upset, but apparently in real life, like her boyfriend just passed away like a couple days before they were shooting the film. So like
Huh.
all those tears that you see on her face is like actual grief that she's really going through.
Hey man, Last House on the Left proved that that shit's effective. I mean, Sandra Cassell, they had her so terrified and convinced that they were fucking psycho rapists that she was terrified the whole making. So that shit works. But yeah, Christina Garbo is the lead in Living to Manchester Morgan, and then you got what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he's fucking hilarious. He's a British guy. Remember, she comes and she fucking backs over his bike, and he decides he's gonna drive her car, and he says he takes her keys, and he's like I think I will drive. I mean, we don't want to drive there in reverse, do we? And she's like, you're also presumptuous. He's like, listen, I was trying to get away for a weekend, and you running over my bike and shit. Because when you went to take off, you made like one of the most like
She
novice
backed up into him, right?
mistakes,
Didn't
man.
she like backed up into him and fucked up his bike?
She was gonna go forward, yeah. She was just gonna go into drive, and instead she threw it in reverse. That's like some of the most novice driving shit I've ever seen. It's like she just learned how to drive. It's like, like, all right, I'm going. Yeah, that's why he wanted to drive because he's like, no, we don't want to go all the way in reverse.
Yeah. But I really love the actual detective in the movie. He's such like a
Oh my
fucking
god,
dickhead.
yeah.
But like the shit
He,
he said, like his dialogue is so funny. Like he
he's
goes
rude
up
as
to the
fuck.
dude at one point and he's like, "With your hippie clothes and your faggot pants," and saying all this shit to him.
Yeah. You think you're
Oh,
smart,
man, that
don't
shit had
you?
me laughing my ass off the first time I saw that movie.
You friggin' punk. Yeah, he
Yeah.
fucking slaps him in the face and shit. And he's like, what the fuck is your problem? He's like, you're my problem, you goddamn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You,
He's like, that's the problem with you kids and your hippie clothes and your faggot pants, saying all this shit to him.
He's a fucking dick, man. He doesn't understand what his problem is. All he wanted to do, remember, because he was like an artist, an art deal. All he wanted to do was to hop on his bike, ride off into the country with some buddies, and hang out for a weekend and relax.
Yeah, and his
He
weekend
meets
did
this
a
chick with a
360 out
heroin.
of nowhere.
Yeah, he meets this chick with a severely heroin addicted sister, and then her husband gets killed when he's trying to keep her from taking the heroin. So then now he's got this cop harassing him, slapping him around the rest. Now, the reason that happens there, that's basically the environment machine, right? That causes that shit now. That's basically what it lets us know, right?
Yeah. Like I know, yeah, at one point he's like arguing with those guys. He's like trying to get them to shut the machine off, and then he ends up chasing them later. Like I'm calling the cops. It's like he starts like hitting the machine and kicking it and shit.
Yeah, that's a trippy movie, man. It really is. And I won't even get into Burial. We all know about Burial Ground. It's on a level all its own. But Zombie, man, oh my god. For the longest time, I hate to admit this, but I thought, for some reason, I don't know why, I thought that Olga Carlatos, that plays the wife to the doctor, I thought that was fucking um, Christina from fucking City of the Living Dead and fucking The Beyond and
McCall,
shit. Yes,
McCall.
I thought that was her. I thought she was just. I thought
No,
she was the one that took the splinters.
I never got that screwed up.
I don't know why. Well, I'm gonna call it screwed up. Let's see, man.
But dude, it
I
happens.
just
Like
looked
I
up.
do that with like other actors and actresses in different movies. I do it all the time, and
I never
sometimes I
do that,
put different names on faces.
but that one I did. Like because I was looking through the cast and shit. And I was like, no wait a minute, where's McCall? And then I checked it out, and they were saying that it was this old good chick. So I went back and looked at it, and I was like, I'll be damned, that's not fucking McCall. Hey, at least I'll admit when I do something stupid. Fuck it.
It
All these
happens.
years, I've only seen it 100 times, and all this time I thought it was Christina McCall that got the spoon through the eye. It's embarrassing, but hey, we'll just call it self-discipline.
There's a lot of shit to remember sometimes, though, man.
There it is, man. There is. It's really hard. A lot of people, that just watch shit don't understand how many of these films we've seen and just how many new ones that come out and how much shit we have to remember and shit that we've done. Because that's kind of like part of the gig. We can't come out here and not
Right.
know the thing we're talking about and just play a movie and be like, oh yeah, that's that one guy.
I
You
mean,
have to be able to
that's
see.
why, it's really good to have special features. It really helps you to appreciate a movie more just by knowing more about it.
Oh, you don't have to be a movie nerd anymore. You can just know it. Or if you don't want to fuck with it, you can just listen to movie nerds like us, and we can, 99% of the time be accurate.
Yeah.
Like I usually don't say shit unless I make sure I'm accurate, because I ain't trying to make an ass out of myself.
I do it often. It happens, dude. It's just a matter. It's just there's a lot of info out there when you're watching a lot of different movies.
Now, where does voodoo come from? That AKA name. What country is that? Brazil or some shit, or fucking South America?
I'm like I'm when you said that, I'm like sitting there thinking like, when have I heard that title? And I'm not very familiar with that title. I've heard every other title besides that one.
Yeah, you got Zombie 2 is Italy, Flesh Eaters is UK, Zombie with the E at the end is US, and then Voodoo I think is fucking like South
You
America
know
or
what?
some shit.
I want to go get my Zombie 2 DVD real quick. Just want to take a look at
You know, yeah, that's probably the most embarrassing thing that I've ever admitted is that I thought that, and I know I'm a big fan of McCall, and I don't know why I thought. I guess because she was in during that period of time, she was in all of his films, so I just I thought that was one he decided to sacrifice.
So this was like the 25th anniversary DVD edition from Shriek Show.
Oh
You
yeah,
remember this?
I have that one. Yeah,
But like I always loved like the inside of it because it's the original poster art, but it's got that Zombie 2 title art
right.
right there.
Yeah, yeah. They got so many cool fucking editions of it.
But the only bad thing about this is the DVD transfer looks so bad. That's the only
I
thing that's
I
bad about this.
I've never watched that transfer, that particular transfer.
It's bad, dude. It's real bad.
Shriek Show had some bad ones, man. I can remember Shriek Show's "I Drink Your Blood." It was, yeah, because that film
Hard
never
to
looked
make
good
out
anyway.
what's
You know,
going on.
that film never looked good anyway, right? So it's like
Yeah.
it's always been rough. That's part of the charm, though. I love "I Drink Your Blood." I keep forgetting to do it. I want to do that.
Yo, I just watched that 2 nights ago. I just threw it on. Like I was like in the mood for it and I like just got done smoking my vape pen. So I was like kind of like a little buzzed anyway. And I was like, yo, I want to watch I Drink Your Blood. And I just put it on. It's only an hour and 20 minutes too. It's not very long.
Right? You know, as far as zombie goes, you know one of the things that you know how the littlest things will impress the shit out of you with a movie. It's funny, but one of the things out of all the great stuff in it, the shark scene and all that, something that really impresses me is that scene with Tissa Farrow and Ian McCullough when they go aboard the boat and that quick thinking of bullshitting the cop. You know, right there. You know, you want to go find a place
Yeah.
to make out and shit. Blah 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 blah. But don't start acting like your mother. Don't start talking about my mother. You know, the cop's like, all right, guys, all right, get out of here and get some bite out of that fucking boat, man.
It's
I think
like I don't know, the chemistry was there for that, I guess. But like
that's smart shit,
in
man.
real life it probably wouldn't have worked out that well, but it's
I,
I don't
I
know.
don't
They
know.
they sold that very well.
They played it off good. That they didn't know they were trespassing. They were looking for a place to make out. You know,
Yeah, it's that is actually like you can see the chemistry in that scene. It works out really well.
I always wondered why she didn't quite make it quite as far as her sister. Because I mean, she was in, she was in Anthropophagus. She was in the Initiation of Sarah, but she just never quite got over like Mia did.
You got to figure there's so much talent out there when you're an actor or an actress, and
Because she's not bad.
I don't know. That's I don't know. I can't answer that one really, but
Yeah,
I just know there's always somebody out there that's better than you.
yeah. But you know what I mean. But what's funny is a lot of times that doesn't even really make a difference. You'll see somebody with 50 credits that is not all that great, and you'll see somebody with 5 or 10 that's 10 times better than that person. So it just depends on who you
I
know and what happens. But I
I
don't think
guess it
Mia's
depends
that
on
much
how
better.
good your agent is too. If you got a good agent, I mean, also like how
State
like
presence.
I don't know. Like I don't know how ambitious she really was with this with her acting career.
Yeah. It takes charisma too, man. That stage presence. Like, you see a lot of actors out there from like the 70s and 80s that weren't all that great. They became big stars because of
Right.
that stage presence.
Well, you might even be able to say that about like for instance like Tom Atkins. You might even be able to say that about him. Like he just like when he came on the acting scene, it really wasn't that he wasn't like doing anything really anything special as far as acting goes. But eventually he started getting better films under his belt and he became an I'm sorry, as an established actor.
He was very self aware. He knew
Yeah.
what he was capable of. He knew where his wheelhouse was, and he was smart enough to stay there. And the motherfucker
Right.
comes off like a pimp all day long. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Him.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't. It's not that like I'm saying Tom Atkins is a bad actor. I just
Right.
always felt like he was like your average character actor. Like
Yes.
he's not no like I don't know Matthew McConaughey, but
Right.
he's good enough for like a character actor. I don't know.
But when you see him in something, it just brings a smile to your face. You know what I mean? You like seeing it. It's like, oh hell yeah, Atkins is in.
Yeah.
It's just that's what it takes. That is more important as far as the longevity goes, and as far as just pure entertainment goes. That is more important than being an Oscar caliber. It really is. There's a lot of Oscar winners out there that aren't very entertaining to watch. Like especially back in the day, like all Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep's a great actress, but most of her wins as an Oscar winner were boring fucking films, like the French Lieutenants, and all that shit. She was great, but there's not. It's not all that entertaining, really, as far as entertainment value goes. Who's gonna watch a French Lieutenant's woman 100 times in a lifetime?
I
Or
don't even think
Sophie's
I've seen it
Choice,
once.
or Sophie's Choice. It's like, man, I can't wait to get back home. My daughter see Sophie's Choice. You know? Just but then you take somebody like, say, I don't know, uh, oh fuck, I don't know, just pick any chick that's fun in film, like along that Tom Atkins type aspect, and it's more fun than watching those fucking slow ass films that are like a one time watch. It's like, it's great, yeah, she won the Oscar, but I wouldn't want to see that every day.
No, I see what you're saying.
But I can watch Tom in at least one of his films once a day easily. It wouldn't bother me at all.
Right.
Um, I don't know. I just okay. Nancy Allen. Nancy Allen's a really good actress, but she's
Yeah.
not a Meryl Streep caliber as far as that type of drama goes. But I would much rather see her doing the shit she's done in Carrie and fucking Dress to Kill and shit. That's the example that I was going to make. You see, yeah, Richard Johnson that played the Doctor. That motherfucker was in 1963's The Haunted. I did not realize that.
He was also in Beyond the Door,
Yeah, yeah.
1974, I think that was.
Hmm.
Exorcist
Awesome.
ripoff.
Oh yeah, yeah. That that has actually got a couple of scenes in it to me that are fucking really fucking got scared to him. Like when she's
Yeah.
laying there and she's got her head turned around, she's laying on the bed, she's grinning and shit. It's like, whoa.
Dude, they used to play that on TV a lot when I was a kid, Beyond the Door, but I think it was always the cut version because it was for TV. But that's how I first saw that movie. I found it on TV at a young age. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Hey, Waffles. That's
Well,
somebody
Mike, dude.
that may want to come up and talk about zombie. Hey, hey, we're looking to make this a tray, man. JT wasn't able to make it. You want to pop up here with
Yeah,
us and
why
discuss
don't you
zombie?
jump up here, Mike? You could definitely
I've
get
never
this
collabed
going.
with Mike. I've never collabed with Mike before.
What's up, Cal?
Hey, Cal can too if he wants. I mean, you guys want to pop up and discuss these? Love their picks. Honestly, some of it just high. Yep, Mr. D'Onofrio is one of the best actors, but not winning anything. That's true, man. All the way back to where he was in fucking Full Metal Jacket. That dude's a damn good character. But yeah, that scene on the boat, just little scenes like that, I think are in a way almost as important as what I mean. Of course, you got the iconic shark fighting scene, which is just fantastic because that poor shark looks completely confused.
Dude, almost every time I watch Zombie, when I get to the shark scene, there's certain points where I have to pause it and put it in slow motion, and that is to stare at the zombie underwater and see how he's really holding his breath because where's the breathing apparatus?
Right.
And they're out in the middle of the ocean. Like, this is not some kind of enclosed aquarium pool. They're
But
really
he's
out
a
in the
sailor.
ocean and they're fucking around with a real tiger shark, too. Like,
Well,
every
that's
time
what
I
he
get to
did
that
when
scene, there's certain things I got to slow down and take closer looks at because it's just utterly amazing to see that they got this done.
right. No, well, wasn't he like a shark trainer or some kind of person that worked with sharks?
I don't know. Like, they only give you so much information in the features about it, and the guy has, like, he must have been able to hold his breath very well underwater.
Right.
Because
That's what
I
I'm
don't know
thinking.
where the breathing apparatus is. You don't see nothing, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? And at one point, you see the regular actress who's underwater, that the naked girl, Like
Yeah,
there's shots with her, with the tiger shark coming at her.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure she's just a regular actress. I don't think she's a very like maybe she does have scuba diving training. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she's just a regular actress that's underwater fucking around with a tiger shark. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. You're that's Loretta Gay. Yeah. And she hasn't made that many films either, so maybe swimming is one of her things. I don't know.
But and it's just there's so many things like during that scene that are just mind blowing. Just like wow, like and this like you just think about the cameraman himself, like whoever's filming all these shots. That guy's got balls of steel being in that water, you know.
That's one of the cool. I remember the first time I ever seen that. My oldest brother, he passed away a couple of years back, but he brought over on VHS, and I'd never seen it before. I was fucking a teenager. I was young. I hadn't gotten into Italian porter really yet. He brought over and played it, and I just could not believe this fucking underwater scene with this shark. Because this shark's just looking like, get this dude off me, man. He's trying to bite it, and the shark's like, is this dude trying to fucking bite me?
It never gets old to see that scene. Every time it comes up, it's just never like I'm always amazed by it.
That's the thing about Fulci Zombie, man. It has got so many iconic scenes that people talk about over and over again. And just this one film has more than I think almost any other zombie movie does, as far as several scenes in it. The shark scene and the splinter scene are two of the most talked about scenes in horror, not just Italian horror, but horror in general.
Yeah, they're very well known and iconic.
Hell yeah,
You
that they
know,
took.
like I really feel like it's like the last 15 minutes of the film is when it really gets intense.
Yeah,
Because after that part is when damn, I forget the actual girl that was scuba diving. That the naked girl that was scuba diving. Remember when she gets her throat ripped out by the one zombie?
by Wormface. Yeah,
Yeah, and then like, Ian McCullough's got to convince the other guy, like, yo, your girlfriend's dead. We got to go on. It's like from that point on, it's like, the music starts playing again, the actual zombie theme. And it's like from
yeah,
that point on, it gets really intense because that's when they make their last stand. And that's when all the zombies start coming in. They're throwing all those Molotov cocktails and everything. That's
yeah.
when I think that's the most intense part of the entire movie is the climax of it.
Yeah, they get backed up all the way to the back of this fucking barn, man. And they're heaving Molotovs left and right inside the fucking building. They're just like, fuck it,
Yeah.
give me another one. Boom. And I mean, you mentioned the theme. That's a whole nother. That is the most iconic theme as far as the zombie film goes.
Right. When you
Like,
hear that thumping in the beginning, like,
ooh,
and you hear that theme starting,
I love
it
it. It
just
is
sounds
so
like
good.
it's like the sound of doom.
That is every bit as good as any other iconic horror theme, in my opinion. It's just as good as any other. It's up there with the Carpenter themes. It's that good to me.
But I remember the first time I saw Zombie, and it's really the opening scene, how mysterious it is, that really gripped me. It was just like, what is this boat doing in the middle of the harbor? We got a zombie on it. How did that get there? We don't really get all that in the beginning. That's what makes me want to keep watching.
Yeah. And you get a big fat zombie too. That's not something you see every day either.
Right.
That's a big boy. Now that's a zombie. You get a big boy like that as a zombie, and you better watch your ass. You better because he's gonna be trying to bite
But that's such a great start to a film like that. Just the way that
you.
starts out. You get the skyline of New York and you get this boat floating around and two fucking stupid cops who don't know what they're doing.
It lets you know what you're in for. One thing that I noticed even a few years ago was one of the first things you see is the Twin Towers. You know what I mean? It's just it's really haunting. It really is.
Yeah, it's there. We all have a lot of movies where you see the New York skyline and you're always going to see those twin towers.
I mean, well, hell, the first King Kong remake from 78, 79 with Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange. He's standing on the fucking World Trade Center.
Right. Yeah, I
They
had
use
that on
that instead
Blu-ray
of
actually.
Escape from New York. Escape from New York wouldn't be Escape from New York without the World Trade Center. So
Yeah, like even in the blueprints, when you see like the blueprints in the credits, you see like the
yeah.
double towers.
Now when that plane, now when Air Force One hit the towers, them motherfuckers didn't fall. That motherfucker just destroyed Air Force One.
Hey, Juno's here. What's up, Juno?
Hey, Juno, do you want to pop on here and talk about Zombie with us, man?
Yeah, if you want to like hang out with us for like the next half hour to an hour or something.
Yeah, we've hit a whole new low, man. Now we're getting on here begging for a third. Come on, man. Somebody join us for a third. JT took off. No, he said he was pretty much out on his feet, man. He said he was just, because
Dude, he texted me, he told me, and I was, I understood it. It happens sometimes,
right,
dude. We all
right.
get burned out sometimes, and you just need I don't know, you need a quick 48 hour to refresher or something, you know?
But from
It
now on, if
happens,
one of
man.
us can't make it, I think we should, let the other two know as soon as we can. That way, the other two can look for that third. That way, when it starts, there'll be three people, no matter what.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, I'm just saying, like, you never know when some last minute shit's gonna like come
Definitely.
up or hit you physically. It just not like that shit'll happen sometimes. But
Dude,
I do agree with you. It'd be great to have a heads up, but sometimes it's just out of
right.
your control. There's only so much you can control with that.
Well, hell, even a couple of hours would be enough for us to find. Like, if I had a couple hours, I could have got Ben. I mean, I can almost guarantee it because he loves Italian horror, and
Right.
he knows his shit, and he can talk. So, um, but that's what
I
we do
mean,
from now
you know
on.
what though?
I'd say.
I really feel like at the same time, like if you want, like here's an idea. Like you keep me and JT doing it, but like if you want to bring a fourth guest on every now and then, because
Yeah.
if the third person bails out, you'll have that fourth person to kind of fill in. I don't know if you want to try doing that in the future. Get in touch with some people. Some weeks we'll have a fourth guest on. Some
That would
weeks
be
we
a real
won't.
balance, wouldn't it? Motherfuckers just bouncing off and on.
Yeah, it's up
That
to
would be a
you,
real.
man. That's like the only other thing I can really think of.
Hey, man, yeah. But just for these discussions like this, since we're calling it, the three, we need that third. Like like you said last week, it felt like something was missing that I wasn't there when you and JT were discussing demons because that
Right.
because that's the formula we set.
It's like I felt like everything was fine, but like me and JT just would casually get off topic, and I feel like when I'm with you talking, we don't really get off topic very far. If we do, like that was like the one thing I felt like I was like, like that's why I'm missing Keith this week because if we get off topic, he's good at getting us back on.
Oh yeah, man, I'm OCD about that shit. It's like, all right, we're bullshitting a little too much now. Hey, how about that one scene? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's like, just like little shit like that. That's why, like, I don't know, I'm so used to doing it with you too. And
No,
it's not that there's like a structure, like a real structure to what you do, but at the same time,
there is
there
though.
is like a method behind it. Like I could see, just the way you do things.
The method to the madness. I set out when I first started doing watch along. I refused to call them watch parties because a watch party you're just bullshitting and shooting shit. A watch
Right,
along, you're watching along, you're discussing, you're doing commentary, and that's the formula I set down right away. I wanted to make sure to stay on the film and be able to bullshit all at the same time. So there is a method to it, man. The
right.
film is the star, not how much drinks you had last week or who you're going to stream with tomorrow. The film is the focal point. It's the star of the show. Not me, not you, the film.
Yeah, I did forgot that the show is called it's called Three Cannoli Rimbalzi. So having the fourth person would kind of throw that off there, but we would have to call that a special guest.
It's the Trey, yes, the Trey Canale Rimbalzo. aka the free channel about, and I don't know how it just popped into my head, because we're bouncing, because I was like, what can we call this? And I came up with that, and I looked for the Italian translation to it, and then I thought, yeah, bounce, and you bounce to the different channels. We could take turns. That way, it stays even. It stays a three-man show. No one's more important than the other. We're like a dick and a set of balls. You know what I mean? We're all just as important.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Nobody's more important than the other. Hell yeah, I am a trendsetter. God damn it, you better believe. I'm different. No, I'm not that, but I'm a different type of dude, man. I always have been. That's why I'm not for everybody.
Yo, drop the link in the chat. I think Juno wants to come up.
I changed my mind. You can't. Fuck you. All right, here. Yeah. Let me see here. Let me find it. There it is.
When Blue Underground released those 3 limited editions, with the lenticular slipcovers, so like the Blu-ray was coming out with a 4K scan.
Yeah.
I remember just being like, well, I already have it on Blu-ray. How much better can this really look? And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy it. Fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. And I took, I got it home, put it in the player. I was really surprised at the 4K scan. Like it really it improved the picture so much. Usually 4K scans don't really show that much improvement.
Right.
But like I was like, yo, this is so much different than my other Blu-ray. Like I could actually see a difference.
I have 2 of those 3. I have here. Hold on. I have the original Blu-ray release, and I have 2 out of the 3 of those, and then I have the Arrow window slip, and I have the 4K. I have Zombie.
Yeah, I have like 3 DVDs and 4 Blu-rays of Zombie, I think. 3 DVDs now.
I wish I had that slipcover, damn it, to this 4K. That motherfucker's fucking valuable as fuck, dude. That motherfucker, I've seen people sell that for $50. Fucking slipcover. Believe that shit? And then here's the window slip Zombie flesh eater.
Yeah, that's the banger to have right there.
And then here's the bridge lenticular.
Yeah, I had that one too, the bridge.
The splinter lenticular. The one, no, I don't have the worm face lenticular. It's the one I don't have. And then I have the 2-disc Ultimate Edition when they first.
Yeah, I had that one.
And with the embossed slipcover. And then there's the one like you got.
Yeah. For like some reason, like I feel like that's something I can't get rid of, that Zombie 2 DVD. Just because of the artwork and the way, just because it says Zombie 2. It's the only one in my collection that says Zombie 2 out of any other zombie movie that I have.
Oh man, Shriek Show is pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
This is embossed too. It's raised. Did you ever notice that?
Is it really?
Yep. 25th
Oh
anniversary.
yeah. Yeah, it is. Right on the black font. And on the spine too.
Do you have the poster with yours?
You know what?
Here's a poster that comes with it.
I had the inner advertisement liner note, but I don't have the poster.
Here's what the poster says. It's fucking cool.
Okay.
It says
yeah, Shriek Show was like one of the only DVD companies that really did posters like that. I have a couple rare triple features from them. I got Delirium, House on the Edge of the Park, and Beyond the Darkness. You ever see this? The Psycho Killers 3-film set.
No.
It's got Lamberto Bava's Delirium, House on the Edge of the Park, and Beyond the Darkness. And then I got another one here with Girls Night Out, One Dark Night, and Blood Sisters. It's called Bloody Schoolgirls Triple Feature. Yeah, I still have a lot of my Shriek Show stuff in my collection. I still have my Zombie Holocaust. Looking at it right now, Zombie Holocaust on DVD from Shriek Show.
Yeah, that's cool. I want I want to get my hands on a Cannibal Ferox. I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it first. But yeah, I've been into that kind of shit lately. Like I'm wanting to do Cannibal Holocaust sometime soon. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that this
got
is
I
fucking
got
signed, dude.
Ferox and Holocaust on Blu-ray.
Now I got this secondhand. I'm not sure they knew that this fucker was signed, man.
Damn,
I think that says Lucio.
probably it probably signed a mass amount of them.
Holy shit, though, that's cool as fuck, though. Anybody else that might have this that has this poster, because this looks like an actual marker writing. Hopefully, if you guys have this, you don't have that on yours. That would make mine special.
Is Juno backstage?
No,
No.
yeah, we're getting unpopular, man. Maybe it's over for us.
No, it's just it's just a night off, I guess.
Everybody hates me. I can't take it any longer. But yeah, I hope that that is an actual signature like I think it is, and nobody else has that.
You're probably right, dude.
Sounds
I don't
selfish, doesn't it?
know. Might not be able to confirm that one.
Yeah, I hope mine's the only one that has it. Oh, you have that poster with this release,
No, I don't have the
Russell?
poster.
Well, no, Russell, do you have this release with the poster, Russell? If you do, check it out and see if there's a signature on it. If there is, that means that they all have it, and that'll be depressing.
They probably do. I'm gonna say they're probably like mass produced like that.
It that looks like a real black sharpie wrote it though, man. I mean, you can usually tell, if it's printed because there's parts in it that's not as dark as the other and everything. You know what I mean? Just like as if it was actually written. Like there's a difference. You can tell if it's been printed on there. See, I'm trying to tell myself that I'm the only one that has that. I hope that's the case.
That'd be really cool.
Russell said, Keith, what don't you have on DVD? Well, I mean, there's a few things.
I
I
still
don't have,
cannot. Dude, I still can't find out any information on this German release I found at the flea market. It was only 666 made. I got number 188, and it's still in the shrink wrap.
wow,
There's
let me look that up real quick.
Dude, there's like no like legit like movie company on here. It just says Illusions Unlimited, and everything else is in German. I mean, it's you see the spelling of Tenebrae, it's missing the A. It's supposed to be spelled Brae, but it's spelled
Right.
Bra.
And now, what is that? Is that a DVD?
Yeah, it's a regular DVD, but it's
Okay.
like a media book. Like if I were to take this out of the shrink wrap and open it, it would open like a media book. Like it has the one spine right there, like the one side spine right there, and the other side there's no spine because it opens up like a media book.
And it's spelled BRE without the A, or
Yeah, with it, like I guess the American spelling for Tenebrae would be Tenebrae, but it's like the German spelling or whatever is without the A.
okay.
Like besides where it says Dario Argento's Tenebrae, everything else after that is all in German.
Okay, I'm typing up. It's not a part of the Dario Argento collection, is it?
Yo, there is a year on here though. It says 2007.
Okay, second here.
Yeah, it says 2007 Illusions Unlimited.
At the top, does it say anything about the Dario Argento collection or anything?
No. It just
Okay.
says Dario Argento. That says Dario Argento's Tenebrae. It doesn't say anything about collection or nothing like that.
And what company put it out? Do you know?
It looks like it says Illusions Unlimited.
Okay.
That's like the closest thing I could find to a movie label here.
Okay.
Like I haven't even opened it. Like I just like I don't. I'm probably gonna keep it in the shrink wrap. But like
Yeah.
I
Oh,
found this
definitely.
for like $7 or something at the flea market, and I was like, I already have the film in my collection, but it was just something I felt like I couldn't pass up.
Because I'm not finding. I'm looking through here and I'm not finding anything close to it really.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, cause like another thing is, it looks like it might have came like in like a Dario Argento box set.
Right.
I like it just like I get this vibe like it might have came in some kind of like Argento box set with some other Argento films, but you buy shit at the flea market, you find weird shit sometimes, and usually the sellers don't have enough information on things, and I don't know. I just remember buying that and leaving. I didn't really talk to the guy about it.
That's cool, man. Because like I say, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not finding it here. Let me try to do some.
I mean, I looked all over eBay and all other type of websites. Usually, I find something like for like all things that I have, I find something on the internet for it. But that thing, nope, not at all.
I may just try to just do a regular Google of it. Might be able to find something out with that. Because most ones that look like that, they say it's either synapse or it says the Dario Argento collection. Ah, there's somebody just popped in here. I wonder, I seen one that kind of looked like it, but it wasn't exactly like it. And it was like $50. All right, yeah, we'll find that and see exactly what you got here soon. Hey, do you know what's
Hey,
going on,
what's
man?
up, Keith and Sean? How are you?
Yo,
Good.
what's up, Juno?
You guys are watching Zombie 2, Lucio Fulci.
Ooh, okay, hold on. Hang on.
What scenes are you guys on so I could start the movie myself?
We're not watching it, but you can put it on whenever you want.
Oh, it's not a watch party.
No,
No, this is just us talking about zombie, basically.
Oh,
this is the three channel balance. Usually is what it would be with the Sean and I and JT discussing these.
okay. Yeah. How are you guys just doing?
We've
I'm doing good.
Good. You know what? 20th century, if Disney they announced that Prey gonna get a 4K in October.
They're gonna release Prey on 4K.
Yeah.
huh.
Which
Well, I mean that's good.
yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I was kind of hoping it was the new Hellraiser movie or Barbarian at least or something.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice if they would announce those too.
Yep.
But I mean, I feel like that's a good sign at least, because if that's getting released, then you might hear some other ones coming
Yep.
in the future. You know?
Yeah, because they were like Hulu exclusive movies or something.
Yeah, I feel like that's at least a good sign that there might be some other releases coming after that.
Yep.
I did just a regular switch to it.
But I mean, I ended up buying. I just bought that recently. I bought the Hellraiser bootleg on eBay for like I think it was like $12 shipped, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Where
here
do
it
you put
is, right
this? Do you
here.
know?
Just bought this for like $12 on
Yeah.
eBay.
Cool. Oh hell yeah.
But that's the new Hellraiser.
Yeah.
As far as zombie films go, you know, where do you put Fulci Zombie? I mean, like, what's your favorite zombie film?
When I do like my top 5 or something.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, with Fulci, I would put it as number 2 because it always stand out in my top 5.
Ben's here.
Yeah.
Hey, man, yeah, I was trying to get a hold of you a little bit ago because I was trying to look for a replacement for JT because he was tired of wasn't feeling so good.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you wanted to come on and discuss
Yeah.
Fulci Zombie with us.
Yeah. But my 5 favorites is number 5, Day of the Dead, Romero's original, not that shitty remake and stuff.
Right, right.
And number 4 to me is Shaun of the Dead.
Sean, I forgot about Sean the Dead.
Yeah. Number 3 is Land of the Dead,
Really? Okay.
and then number 2 is Zombie 2, and then number 1 is Night.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead's not in your top 5, huh?
Oh, it would. I would put it if it was a top 10. Like that would be number 6. Yeah,
What about
and I would
like
have. Yeah.
what about like Burial Ground? Have you seen Burial Ground?
Yeah, Burial Ground. In my opinion, I thought it was better than Flesh Eaters. In my opinion, like
Um,
that's it bad about Flesh Eaters. It's just I kind of felt like Burial Ground had a better story.
you didn't miss out, Ben. I mean, you can still come on if you want, man. Here, I'll put a link up if you want
Yeah,
to come on. Here,
yeah. Because I have,
fucking
I have like yeah. Because I also because I put Return as number 6, and I have 4 other ones that are in my top 10.
what's your top 5, Sean?
For zombie films,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, hmm. All right, number 5 is gonna be. I'm trying to like juggle Italian and American right now. All right, number 5 is gonna be the Night of the Living Dead remake.
Okay.
Number 4 is going to be. This is not easy, man. Putting this together. Like I'm really trying to think about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4 is going to be Return of the Living Dead. All right. Number 3 is going to be. I'm trying to like look at shit in my collection right now off the top of my head. 3 is going to be. You know what? I'll go with Day of the Dead. Yeah, Day of the Dead. I'm going to go with Zombie and then Dawn of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the remake of Night of the Living Dead too. Yeah. I like it. It's got a couple things about it that I don't like, but it is a good
Now,
remake.
the reason why the Return of the Living or Night of the Living Dead remake is making my list over the original is because I actually saw the remake before the original.
Right. Huh.
I mean, I definitely like Night of the Living Dead. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's definitely a top tier zombie film, but I kind of just like you know what, if like thinking about it now, I probably should have put Night of the Living Dead in there and took Day of the Dead out.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Hey,
Sorry.
what's going on, man? It's been a
Hey,
while.
Cadaver.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing good.
Hey, what's
Good,
up,
man.
man?
What's up, Sean? How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good, man. Good to see and hear from you, man.
Yeah, I've been all sorts of MIA lately. I'm trying to be more social.
That's good to hear.
What's your top five as far as zombie films go, Ben?
That's tough, man.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna go number one. I'm gonna go from fave to less fave because I think that's. I would say number one, Day of the Dead.
Okay.
Number two, I gotta say Return of the Living Dead, man. It's right up there. Super fun. Number three, I'm gonna just leave the Romero one with Day. So I'm gonna go into someone else. Um, I might say Shaun of the Dead, man. Great fucking
Hilarious as fuck,
zombie.
man.
Yeah, one of the best. Um, and I guess I gotta throw Fulci in there, right? I might even say The Beyond. You consider that a zombie movie?
That's a good one, man. Beyond.
Yeah, I didn't really think of it as a zombie film, but yeah, it is kind of, yeah, it's like a supernatural zombie, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's dead people walking around, so fucking shit up.
Yeah,
Out ass
weird.
spiders.
Now, I cheat like a motherfucker on my top five because I have a four-way tie at number one, and I can't go, I can't do it any other way. My four-way tie is Return of the Living Dead, Zombie, Night of the Living Dead 68, Dawn of the Dead 1978. Number two is Burial Ground. Number three is Living Dead Manchester Ward. Number four is Day of the Dead 85. And my number five, I don't know. Shit, man. Let's say I don't have a number five. Instead, I have one, two, three. Instead, I have seven, number four. And then at number four. That's something. Yeah. I always cheat like that. I'm very dyslexic. I just like a little. Because to me, they all have just this special shit about them. Like Zombie's got so many special things about it. So does Return of the Living Dead. So does the original Night of the Living Dead. And so does Dawn of the Dead. You know what I mean? Dawn of the Dead, the slow burn. But it's when you start getting a little more political. Night of the Living Dead, it's so special because it kicks it all off, you know? It's, it's got a hell of a fucking protagonist. Um, Return of the Living Dead, it created its own subgenre of the fucking subgenre. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Hell
There
yeah.
was no eating brains before Return of the Living Dead. Burial Ground, oh my god, man. You know. And Living
Burial
Dead
Ground.
Manchester
Good one.
is unique itself too. And Day of the Dead, I think aged better as far as the Romero's first three. I think Day of the Dead aged better than any of them. It wasn't ever anybody's favorite to begin with, but it is more popular now than any of the others.
That's always been my favorite.
Yeah.
Really?
I,
And I mean, most you know,
Yeah, I love that it was all gory and just they didn't fuck around with the violence with the MPA. They just straight up just had it unrated and just went on with the gore.
do you guys agree that it's aged the best out of the Unholy Trinity?
I think well,
Yep.
I think out of the three, it has the best effect, so that helps it not
Yep.
feel dated. But I think they've all aged really well.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, they all have, yeah. But I think Dawn and Day switched spots. For many years, Dawn was everybody's favorite, and
Yeah.
Day was at number three for most people. Now they switched. Now Day's number one, and Dawn's at number three. And Night has even grown in people as far as love goes,
Yep.
from what I've seen. People
Yeah,
still love Dawn, but it's people aren't such a big fan of the slow burn now. Is what I'm saying. Because I am.
I usually like a slow burn.
Hell yes, man. You can't
If,
get a good
if there's
story
good
without it.
atmosphere, I'm down for it.
Yeah. I like slow burn movies. Unless if a movie like if I don't give a shit about the movie, if it's like terrible or something, like nowadays, I'll just say it's a boring piece of shit. But when it's a good slow burn with good acting and good story that you're following, that's how you do a good slow burn.
you have to have a burn, man, to give a
Yep.
shit about the characters and the
Yeah,
story, and
even the characters
really
too.
be invested in
Their
it.
arc.
You have to give a fuck to
Yep.
like it, right?
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes though, like if you're not in the right mood and you watch a movie that's a slow burn and you just don't get into it, like even
Yep.
it could be like that. Like the first time I watched Kill List, I was like bored as shit. And I just wasn't in the mood. And then I watched it again. I was like, that was fucking amazing, man. I loved it. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's happened to me.
yeah,
Yeah, that definitely proves that you can't just
Yeah.
throw on any movie at any time.
Yeah, same thing with Exorcist 3. When I discussed it with Keith about it, at first I didn't like it. I thought it was a boring movie. Then as soon as I got older, by 17, I started getting to watch it, and I ended up loving and watching the movie. And I think it's a badass, underrated sequel.
Talk about film that's aged well. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that one aged well.
I loved Ginger Ninja in the chat saying same with Hereditary for him. I love that, man. The first time I saw it, I was all in.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
It has got spookiness that a lot of films can't
Yeah.
capture anymore, man. That is weird as
Yeah.
fuck. Like when he goes up in the attic and she jumps up there and she goes bam, 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 and hit that motherfucker real fast, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, dude, I loved
Just-
it.
She made me
I-
pissed, you know.
Yeah, Hereditary is a good one. I kind of like. I know that Midsummer. I know some people like it, but I liked Hereditary more than Midsummer.
Well, I liked it more, but I loved Midsommar as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't, but
A lot of people didn't even see the director's cut. So
I said that the first time I saw it was the director's cut. They did it at
Yep.
Alamo Draft House, and so I was like all in on that first time. I was like, this is pretty amazing
I like
film.
Midsummer. I just wish that Saint Maud and Sacred Deer got a little more credit. You know what I mean? Those are really good
Yeah.
fucking shows.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they get, in my mind, they get credit at least, you know.
But they don't get the credit that say Hereditary and Midsummer and all them. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people that haven't heard of Sacred Deer.
I think they got wider. Well, Saint Maud had was cursed because it came out like around the lockdown time, and then there was a big delay on release, so all the hype around it kind of just died down, you know. So the release of it was kind of troubled.
yeah, I remember the Blu-ray was like on sale real fast for that. Like it was like immediately $9.99, like right after pre-order. Like what the fuck? Like why is it so cheap?
I bought the UK version first because I don't, you know, they released it in the UK like months before the US, and I had been hot to see it because I thought the trailer looked pretty fantastic.
Oh hell yeah. Pearl, I enjoy Pearl more than X actually, man.
Fucking
They're
A,
different things,
dude.
right? Well,
Yeah.
I think Pearl's fantastic.
Both are good. They're sort of like they're in the same universe, but they're quite different films.
Two different things, yeah.
Yep.
Lamb's a good one too.
Yep.
I
That's fucking weird, isn't it?
I
Had it
didn't,
with Naomi Rapace in that one.
I didn't love Lamb.
Really?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay, but maybe I just went in a little overhyped.
At the end, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I also it slipped me some kind of a weird hallucinogen drug or something. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Was it the worst A24 movie that I saw was Bodies.
That's my least favorite. This movie disturbed the shit out of me. I've never
Man.
seen so many stretched out weird vaginas in my
Yep.
fucking life. I was like,
there's
stop doing that.
There's like that chase scene. I might call it a chase scene at the end.
Yes, that's what I said. I said, stop doing that, please. God, man. You know that
I
guy
still
is
think
right?
one of the best A24 films is Under the Skin.
Good one.
I still really enjoy that one a lot.
Green Room. That's a good one.
That made me sad, man. I felt so bad for her. But Men was fucking just disturbing as fuck, man.
I haven't seen Bodies. But apparently, I'm not
Oh,
missing.
oh my gosh! I
Yeah.
stopped Bodies. That was a piece
That's
of
a
shit.
good one.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, Black
Which
Coat's
one is that
Daughter.
one? Which one's
Black
that one?
Coat's Daughter.
Last Coach Daughter. Okay. Yeah. I want to check that one
Good
out.
shit. Good shit. What's your thoughts
Yeah.
on? I ain't got a chance to ask you yet, Ben. What's your thoughts on Infinity Pool?
I liked Infinity Pool.
You
I
know,
did,
great, isn't she?
I guess there was like some unrated cut that I haven't seen. I just saw the standard cut, but it was weird, and I liked it. I liked the shit.
He played a dork so well, man. Such a fallen dork so well. I loved the shit out of Mia Goth until she was on the hood of the car fucking making fun of him and shit. And I was like, what a bitch. You know what I mean? I ended up hating him. Like, I got invested. I was like, fuck you, man. Leave him alone. Because he was like such a fucking dweeb. He just like,
I thought Infinity Pool was cool. It wasn't. I like Possessor better, but Infinity Pool was good.
Possessor, I mean, Possessor was all right. But I found that ending so anticlimactic, man. It just, I expected so much better of an ending to that. And it just kind of let me down. And I was and then with the antiviral, I was into the first half of the movie. I was really into it, but I thought the second half drug a little bit. I don't know what that was.
I haven't seen Antiviral.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. It's got what is that guy's name? The redheaded dude from Get Out, the one that plays the brother.
Okay.
He's the star of it.
Oh wait,
He's also in the last episode.
have I seen this? Malcolm McDowell. Let's see. No, I don't think I have. I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out.
But
Yeah.
have you got to see Green Room, Chief?
Yes.
With the young Anton Yelps.
What about It Comes at Night? What do you think about that?
I liked it. It was mismarketed, so I think a lot of people got pissed off when they watched it because it seemed like it was going to be a creature feature or something. But I went in with pretty just like no expectations, and I liked it. I like movies with a contained like environment,
Yes.
that are sort of character driven. I can get.
Anybody that can do a post-apocalyptic thing and give it their own spin and make it feel new, I have respect for it. It's been read so much, man. That if you can do your own thing with it and make it cool and make it feel like I always give that shit credit. But yeah, man, I will never. Oh my god, it's the only thing I think I would just like to give away.
Say it again.
I never looked at vaginas the same ever again. I love vagina. Northman is pretty sick there too.
I heard that one got a lot of shit by critics.
That's a pretty good show, man.
I
Yeah,
thought
Northman
I
wasn't
want to
bad.
check that one out.
I thought it got a lot of hype, didn't it?
To begin with, it died out.
Unless there's some YouTubers
That's
on.
another one that suffered from like the COVID era.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
So did the Green Knight. The Green Knight's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, that one I did not like.
I was a little disappointed with Green Knight as well.
I still gotta see it. Yeah.
Well, Lighthouse.
I like
Yeah,
Lighthouse.
it's really
Fucking-
good.
That is one fucking crazy movie that I saw
The
in a
movie
select
is
theater.
fucking outrageous.
Do you
You
like
cannot
Nolan?
watch that movie.
I went to go see it in a select theater, and at the end, I was amazed. Even though there were some people that said, "What the fuck?" the way it ended, I enjoyed the whole movie.
Yeah, man. You gotta see it at least 3 or 4 times. You have to.
Yeah, I don't think nobody in the theater didn't like the movie, like the way they said, "What the fuck?" It ended like that.
Well, yeah, because you to take it all in, you
Yep.
gotta need several rewatches.
Yeah, I was like seeing that around. Like, I actually enjoyed the movie. I don't know what's wrong with the movie.
Yeah, everybody's got to see The Lighthouse.
Yep, it's a really fucking crazy movie. Yeah.
I mean, it's Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe, like, right there off the bat, and it just, I don't know. Watch the trailer; that should sell you.
Have you guys seen his new one? It's God, what's that fucking called? It's where he's like he's like an art thief, and he works with this another guy or two, and they always drop him with the helicopter in like the top penthouse. and he goes into this place and he's looking for 3 paintings. He's looking for 2 paintings and a portrait. And he's looking for that portrait and he's running out of time and he ends up getting locked in there and he can't fucking get out.
Oh shit.
I like it, man.
I saw
It recently,
the trailer for it. Looked interesting, but I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah. it recently came out this year.
Yeah.
Or no? Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
I think it's on Look Movie. Well,
Yeah.
I don't remember what I seen it on, but Prime or something. But I enjoyed it. I don't think I've ever seen one Dafoe in something that I didn't.
Yeah.
Somehow he just makes that shit good no matter what.
Yeah, man, he's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Shit. All the way back to Streets of Fire from '85 or '84.
Streets of Fire was
Like,
a good movie.
Passion of Christ is maybe the first time I remember being like, that dude's pretty good. You know, I like
Yep.
that.
Dude can't do wrong, man. He is like, yeah.
Yeah, he's great in To Live, Die in L.A., Platoon, all those good
He's
movies.
underrated. He is. Like, they don't put him in the same category as like the A-list usually, but yet he's better than all of them for the most part. You know what I mean? How can that man?
Hello, Lady Jagul. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Lady Jane.
Like, to me, he belongs up there with Daniel Day-Lewis and fucking, you know what I mean? And fucking, you know, and he plays a damn good villain too. Like, I always wondered what he'd have been like playing Anton Chigurh.
Playing who?
Him doing that shit.
It's the one movie I felt bad that he had to star him and Jason Patrick was Speed 2. Like, fuck.
I never seen Speed 2.
Oh my gosh.
Couldn't bear it, man.
I don't know why they needed to do that piece of shit. That was an awful
That's a
fucking
one
movie.
and done, man. You know that. You know you don't need to make another one of those.
Yep.
That's just an attempt at a cash grab.
Keanu was like, no.
Wait, was Speed 2 on a boat or some shit?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Was it?
Nothing was speed about it. It's just a fucking cruise ship.
It had like Boba Fett in it or some shit. As I recall that New Zealand actor who was in like Once Were Warriors.
I don't know, man. You got me. The
I
movie almost completely went over my head.
I figured it was on bus again.
That was a movie that Cisco and Eber gave 2 thumbs up for.
They're on drugs. They were, I'm telling you. They'd be liking weird. Ebert was weird because Ebert was a fan of Last House. He was one of the first ones to admit he liked Halloween from '78. None of the other critics would admit that shit, but he was like, well, yeah, that's pretty good. I thought Cisco was going to blow a gasket when he'd say like Last House. Cisco was like, that's garbage.
Cisco did a half-ass rant on William Lustig's Maniac 1980. He didn't even watch the whole fucking movie because he left during the Tom Savini gunshot scene, and he just left the theater and just shit on the movie.
You can't really, like, if you're a critic, you can't really give a movie a bad review unless you've watched it.
Like, he didn't even watch the whole, even to the end. He didn't even fucking watch the whole ending. He did like a half-ass rant on the movie.
No, as long as it's slow and it's French, critics like. Yeah, it's pretty slow in French though. Or beat that Meryl Streep in.
Hey Keith, I'm gonna have to jump off of here at like 1 o'clock. It's 12:30 right now.
All right, man. Well, don't break anything.
Yeah, I probably do too because I gotta exercise before it gets too late.
I didn't know that you'd switch jobs, man. I thought you were still making furniture up until a month or so ago when you said you was doing something different now. I was like, damn, you was good.
No, I was a furniture maker like my 30s. I've been like a prototyper for like almost 10 years.
I miss you sometimes. You know. I knew that you was pretty damn good at making some shit out of wood and stuff.
I love making stuff. Yeah,
Hell yeah, man. Oh yeah.
I made this out of silicone.
Cool.
That's a man.
Um, let's see. I had a question I was going to ask you guys. Why do you think? Now, I don't think Mia Farrow did much more than her sister. I was talking to Sean about this earlier. Than her sister Tissa, and I don't think she's that much better. Why do you think she took off so much in Tissa? Choice in films?
I couldn't really hear you. There's some like crazy sounds happening. What did you say?
Do you think Mia Farrow's sister Tissa from Fulci Zombie? Do you think because she did a pretty good job, you know, in what I've seen her in? Do you think it was her choice of films that kept her from being the A-lister like her sister?
I don't really know how that stuff works out, especially like back in the day. You know, like I feel like there was a lot of like I don't know. I mean, there's always like a game to play in Hollywood and whatnot, but like I feel like back
Yeah.
in the day, you had to like really play it hard if you're a woman. You know.
Well, and Mia had powerful friends too. She was married to Sinatra, you know what I mean? So you can't let her wrong with that.
Uh, Jason wants to know if we saw the Umbrella 4K release for Talk to Me. I've been wanting to see Talk to Me, but I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either, but I hear it looked like it was going to be another run of the mill. But from what I hear, it's pretty damn good.
Dude, I mean, well, it's A24. I'm usually a fan of their movies, so it gets it doesn't get any prejudgment for me. But I might go in overhyped at this point. Everyone's like talking
Yeah.
about how fucking good it is.
I think that's what happened with X with me because I didn't see it until after everybody else had, and I kept hearing people talk, you know, and praise and everything. And by the time I seen it, I was expecting something so wonderful that I couldn't help but to be disappointed. You know what I mean? It was one of those things.
Dangerous, dude. It's a dangerous game, but like expectations are everything. If you go in thinking a movie's gonna suck and it's like just okay,
Right.
then you're like, hey, that was good. You know?
Right. Like I was like that with Nefarious. I seen the previews of it for the last several months or whatever, and to me it just looked like it might be a little corny, so I didn't expect much. And when I seen it, I fucking loved Nefarious.
Yeah, that movie. I also say it's a bit underrated too because it got
Wagner
under the
killed him.
it's under the radar because fucking Rotten Tomatoes and critics say that it's a piece of shit or something. No,
I
it's
didn't
not
know
actually
Flair
a
had it
piece of
in him.
shit at all.
I didn't know Flair could act like that, dude.
Yep. Sean
That,
Patrick Flair.
by the way, Ninja just sent a link to that release for Talk to Me. It looks pretty fucking badass, dude. It has like a
Yeah,
little
what's that hand shit? Yeah.
yeah, a sculpture of the hand.
Yep.
I might have to pick it up just on principle.
Yeah.
Blind by it? Yeah.
Have any
Fuck,
you got?
that is nice, man.
Have you seen a Cadaver?
I haven't seen it yet, but I
Yeah.
doubt that I won't like it. You know what I mean?
It kind of looks like a possession movie when I saw the trailer.
It's something like that, man. They get like hypnotized or something, and when they do, they let something in or something. You know what I mean? But it's like the fucking demon version of Sir Echoes or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like they can communicate with the dead through this artifact, which is the hand,
Yeah.
and then like the line between that world and this world becomes clouded. There's what it looks like.
Did it stream anywhere yet?
I don't think so. I think it's just in the theaters.
Oh, that's an Aussie horror film too. Aussie horror films are usually pretty good.
Yeah, they've got a pretty good track record.
What's that one? The Butchers? That was a fucked up movie, man. Wasn't that Australian?
Was that the one with the brothers? It was like two
Yes.
brothers. Yeah. Is that Aussie or New Zealand?
I don't know. It could be either one. I hate to admit that, but when I first met Ninja, I thought he was British, man. So I was fucking embarrassed. I was like,
It's easy to get those mixed up, man.
typical American stupidity, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I called him Ginja for the first year, and he never even corrected me. He just let me call him Ginja, and just
I call him that still.
huh?
Ninja, JK.
I still call him that.
Ginja. Well, I think the
Yeah.
Ginja's the red, man. I got the whole point there. That's what I totally missed. You know, I did a lot of damage to my brain. Just roll out it. I'm a burnout hippie. Now I know, dude. Now I know. I put it all together once he told me. So, yeah. Thanks for coming on, guys. I appreciate it, man. You know, the dynamic of the three of us is usually what we go
Yep.
on. You know what I mean? And that's a really good dynamic. That like last week I
Yep.
missed because I was sick, not feeling well. And this week JT was real tired, so he couldn't be here. So you know we needed that third. Otherwise, it's just another Tuesday night show with me and Sean. It's just
Yeah.
another third of world. You know, what makes it gives it the extra dynamic is that third or fourth person. You know what I mean? And this is the only discussion show that I do weekly. All the rest of them were, you know, watch along discussion and so appreciate you guys jumping on and bullshit about
Yeah.
just listening.
Yeah, I've been meaning to like be more active streaming and making content and stuff.
Yeah, I've missed collabing with you, man. We used to go all the time and shit. Um, it was
We
the same
were
with the steel though.
we're supposed to do trivia, dude, at some point.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to, I wanted to do it. At first, I thought about doing it every week, but I thought, man, if I do that every week, that's just gonna get old quick. I'm gonna run out of questions eventually. So I figured maybe once a month I'll have it be like an event. You know what I mean? But what do you guys think of the whole dynamic of me not letting the two that's taking on each other know who each other is, and not letting the chat know the two people I have taken on? You guys think that's a good idea?
I think it's pretty. I think it's like kind of a fun surprise.
Yeah.
Personally, I can go either way, but it's also kind of nice to be like, if I just jumped on and I was like, "Hey, look at Sean,"
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I love the look on their faces, like when the very first show was Sean versus Knight, and they got to see each other at the same time. No one knew who I had on there, and they didn't know that I had, you know, them on there. So when they see each other, they was like, "Hey, what's up?" I love that look. That's not a look.
I just know, like, as soon as I saw him, I was like, yeah, I'm getting annihilated.
You completely talked yourself right out of it.
Did I?
The advantage Knight has is Knight. The shows Knight does caters to trivia. You know what I mean? It's just what he does, constantly caters to trivia. That's why he can come out with like that. It's just that's just the kind of content he does. Then the next week, Juno fucking mopped up JT. I couldn't believe it, man. That's when I was like, Juno knows his fucking shit. He's only 3 years old, and he's fucking. I mean, I've been meaning to talk to you about that, man. Rather than having to keep doing 60-second ones, why don't you put out like a 5 or 10 minute pickup vid, like all 5 or 10 of your pickups, so you don't have to keep starting back over. You can really run off the mouth with that shit, man, because you're good at it.
Yeah, it's just that I don't have that much space in my camera and stuff, my memory space.
Do you have a laptop that you can transfer over to or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't have internet in my house. I just use my phone and stuff.
Also, use. Oh, okay, you got your unlimited comes plan.
Yeah,
Man,
it's just like,
Jim,
yeah, it's because I thought maybe I was gonna get like a camera one day and just like do like how everybody does with their cameras and just record or something. But I didn't know you guys were recording with your phones. I thought you guys had cameras or something.
no, I've always used the same phone, man. I would just
Dude,
love
I
to hear
do
you.
everything from my phone.
I
Like
just love
even
to hear you do
like
that.
I even film off of my tablet. Like most of the shit that you see on my videos is filmed right off of my tablet from my phone. Because I
Oh,
have
when
a
you show,
tablet and a phone,
yeah,
so I use both of them for my
yeah.
videos.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys
social
don't.
media.
When you guys upload videos, you guys don't lose memories from your phone, right?
Like it's sometimes the space will take up, but as soon as I'm done uploading the video, I delete it from my phone.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I use a lot of space
Like I
because
don't
I
keep
have my
that video
intro and
around
all that
unless it's
Yeah.
stuff.
like really
Yeah.
important to me somehow. But like if it's like a regular like pickup video, like a movie haul video,
Yeah.
I just upload it and delete it right away off of my phone.
And it just stays on your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know, Sean. I was kind of lost with that. Like, oh, I thought like you keep the videos or something for YouTube or
Not like
something.
It's
you
all on the
just got to
YouTube.
make sure you don't have like a separate device like hooked up to where like it can hold all that stuff. Because like sometimes on my tablet, like what is like recorded on my phone, it'll like switch over to my tablet because it has all my info on both of them. So then I got to go over my tablet and delete that. If I don't get that, it builds up over time. Then it'll be like no more storage is
Yep.
left. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even recording anything. But no, it's a bunch of
Yeah.
old videos sitting on there.
Yeah.
And if,
I got.
if something ever happens to your channel, then all those videos are pretty much just gone. So
Yeah.
if you can back them up, it's nice.
Yeah. Is it because the first time I tried the short was like because it was like something that you automatically record and then you just upload it real fast and stuff. That's why I thought, oh, it's just
Yeah.
that was the only solution for it. But yeah, I didn't
That's
know
why I
about
mentioned
that,
it to
John.
you,
So
man.
thank you.
Yeah,
why I
that's
mentioned it to
like
you.
that's
I would love to hear you
understandable. That can be a little confusing. But yeah, you should be able to just, record a video or whatever, just upload it and just delete it from your phone when you're done.
That way you can just talk, dude. You can just talk. You can just keep going,
Yeah.
and you can just go off on all that knowledge, man. Impress the fuck out of people. Because you already are damn good at talking and discussing and really articulating what it is you like about it and what all that kind of shit. You're better than a lot of people at that. So I'd love to hear you go on a full thing on
Yep. Thank you.
I mean, the more you play with it, eventually you'll probably figure out like a way of like working on editing and stuff. Like I'm still fairly new to editing. Like I don't even know everything with editing yet. So like it just kind of comes to you over time. So
how close are you to 100, man?
Oh, 200. I'm like right
Yeah.
at 96. I'm 96.
Ooh, we gotta get you those last 4 or 5.
The last time.
what was that? He's gotten 3 subs since then. I think he was at like 93 last time.
Yeah, it was 97 last time, and then it went back to 93 for some reason, and then the next
Because
day it was
people
like
sub
96.
didn't watch the videos. They just sub. They didn't watch. You got to watch the
Yep.
videos. So I keep trying to tell people you can't just sub. YouTube will take
Yep.
that shit right off.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I don't know.
yeah, for a
Sometimes those numbers are not even legit, dude.
unless it's a fucking troll that's just subscribing and then unsubscribing or something.
You can't really
Yeah.
stress too much about it, dude, because people subscribe and unsubscribe all the time. And if you're like, why did I lose 3 subs? Then you just got to
Yep.
make what you want to make, and
Yeah.
people watch what they want.
Mhm.
I stopped giving a fuck a long time ago, and when I stopped giving a fuck, things got much better. My
Yeah.
days are much brighter. I'm calm, and now I just enjoy my shit, man.
Yeah.
I'm in like a different place. I don't know if you can tell, because you've known me longer than anybody here. So I'm sure you can probably tell the difference in my whole demeanor.
Yeah, you seem like you're happy these days.
Well, I'm just in my comfort place, man. I'm just happy with what I'm doing. I've got putting out good shit all the time. That's how I feel anyway.
That's all. I mean, that's all you can do in life is just like, do what you want to do, and like, you can't really be concerned too much about what other people are going to think about it. If you're making stuff that you find interesting or whatever, then that's all you can really do.
I took it personally. You know what I mean? To begin with, I wouldn't get a lot of subs and stuff because I just wasn't very good, and I just didn't know. And like I've said 100 times before, I'm not for it. You know what I mean? It's just the kind of guy I am, and what I say, and how I just say what I feel and all that. I'm not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna like me, and that was always in my head. So I'm taking it personally. Like, why aren't people subbing to me? They don't like me. They don't like my shit. And it's just basically because I'm mental and I get stuck in my own head a lot. But
I
today I
think
let that shit go.
I think it's pretty normal. I mean, like, you know, I mean, you're basically this is. Oh, I don't know about some people. Some people are fake as shit, but like, you know, people that aren't. This is just like, hey, this is me. I like horror shit. I'm gonna talk about horror shit. But if someone gives you a video, I guess there aren't thumbs down anymore. But like when there used to be, you'd be like kind of bummed. You know what I mean? If you're a good person,
Yeah.
like, well, fuck you, dude. Like, what? Like,
Yeah,
for me,
exactly.
like I have to actively.
I do. Yeah.
I have
But-
to actively like really dislike whatever, or like someone's given like just talking shit about a group of people or something,
Or a movie. Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
just being like a racist prick, or like I don't even then, like oftentimes I'm not going to be like, oh, thumbs down.
Yep.
Like someone has to like really offend me for me to be like, fuck you. Otherwise I'm just like,
because
I got other shit to watch,
it's easier just to turn it rather than worrying about putting the thumbs down. It's like, fuck it, I just don't even have to listen to this shit. I'll just go somewhere else. So to actually give a thumbs down, you gotta really fucking offend me. You gotta piss me off.
I've seen a few channels where they kind of take it too far, and they're like, they're like threatening oh, I wish they kill themselves or something, like a actor or a filmmaker because they suck or something. Like I'm like, I'm not seeing this, hearing this shit. Like that's just being a complete dipshit.
We are fucking Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
So for somebody to say, oh, well, they suck at what they do. Suck at what? Talking about movies? I suck at that. Damn, I really fucked then, ain't I? If I suck at talking about movies, damn. It's like we're not trying to be Al Pacino. We're just on here fucking talking about the bad things and what we love in film. So how can you suck at that? Well, that shit comes from jealousy, man. It really does. Because most people are assholes. And if you don't know that yet, you definitely will.
Yeah, some of them say sexual shit too. I'm surprised they're on YouTube.
Oh, I love to say sexual shit, man.
but like the more rougher stuff that they say, like
I suppose that's been canceled.
That they like, I don't know, just like there's like some that like just don't care for, like if they're just like being an ass throughout like ranting a movie, like if they're hitting something or just like cussing real loud, and you're like, damn, like you're just yelling and shit. You're not doing a proper rant about it, just being an ass about it.
Some people just like me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but but I've never heard of anything really offensive come from you though, man. You come off like you got like a hippie mentality. You just kind of there having fun.
I'm just kind of, I'm
a chill with everybody. You know what I mean? I can say some offensive shit.
I've met a lot of people through the channel on YouTube and Instagram, and almost with only a few exceptions, everyone's been really cool. I mean, like,
there's a couple,
I mean, I'm just thinking that I've met some people who were like legitimately psychotic. Just a few, and so like I had to like, okay, like I literally fear for my life a little bit at this point.
I met one a while back that I literally was concerned, and I was like, how do I get the fuck away from this fucking person, man? I do not want to talk to them anymore.
Dude, I met someone in real life who lives in San Francisco, and I thought we were all friendly and shit. We went to go see some movies, and like we went to like Bruce Campbell roast in San Francisco at Sketchfest. And it was cool, but then she like told all these people that we were fucking or some shit. And I was like, wait, what? Like for months, even before we met. And like she had like faked these text messages from me and shit. And I was like, when I found out about all this and I confronted her, I was like, do I actually have to be like fearful? Am I in danger? Psycho? Like, you think we're actually fucking something?
Usually it's the guy that does that, Usually it's like, yeah, I'm fucking her, man. She was blowing me last night. For some of the chick to go around doing that shit, it's like, yeah, we're fucking, and you're like, well, we are. All right, okay.
It was, but it fucked me up a little because I thought, most of the people I met have just been genuine people, and she was like really far gone. And so then I was like, well, shit, this is the internet. I guess you don't really know people very well,
Right. That's my biggest problem with the internet and social media in general is just the same common problem that we have with people that because when it comes right down to it, people are just people. And that's one thing I didn't think about when I first got a channel and everything, is that yeah, you're gonna run into a bunch of two-faced, backstabbing ass people just like you do in every other facet of life. Just because it's
Yep.
YouTube doesn't change that. So I was like, God, geez, I'm fucking two-faced here too.
I mostly meet cool people, dude. To be honest with you, like
Like I said, there's been a couple.
I don't have like a lot of assholes in my life. Luckily, I have before. I met dickheads.
Like I
I
said,
guess I guess I'm just not quite as jaded as you.
I've collabed with between 30 and 40 people. So just 2 out of those 30 to 40 is pretty good.
Yeah.
And
Was there?
it could be just
Yeah.
that they just don't fucking like me and I don't like them. Maybe that's the bottom line of it. Maybe
I
I'm the asshole.
Yeah. Was there a celeb? Was there a celeb that you met at a convention that was an ass to you guys?
Do what?
Did you guys ever met like a horror movie actor at a convention that was an asshole to you guys? That was like
I
trying to give you
can't
like a
go.
bad meeting and stuff.
I want to go, but I can't. Remember, I'm a social pro, man.
I met like Kane Hodder, and just before like I met him at this convention, this drunk dude came up with like harassing him and shit. So when I did meet him, it was like kind of like all tainted and weird, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
So he was already irritated. That sucks.
yeah.
Oh man.
Because I know that
like an obnoxious drunk getting in your face talking shit. Hey buddy, I'm sorry. It's like God. Come on.
Because I know that there's some actors that people don't like to meet, especially like Linda Blair. They don't like to meet. Nobody doesn't like to meet her at all.
Who?
Linda Blair.
Well, the thing with her is they want. This was a few years ago. They wanted to hear about her horror films, and what she liked to talk about was the animals.
Yeah.
That's why she offended a lot of people back then, I think. She didn't want to talk about that shit. That's kind of like a dark place for her in certain places. You know what I mean? Because she was so young. So she tried to promote her animal thing. People were like, man, I didn't come here to talk about dogs and cats. I want to hear about when you played, Reagan.
Yep.
So I don't know if she's an asshole, but
Also,
I
like actors are just people too. So like sometimes you have a bad day and like you deal with like if you're at a convention you meet a lot of people and say like maybe you met 100 people and 5 of them dickhead, whatever. It could ruin your day if you're a sensible person.
Yeah, and I mean you got to think a lot of those fans are obnoxious and pushy. You know what I mean? So they can only take so much of that shit in one day before finally they're like, look,
Yeah, dude, us horror people are weirdos, man.
We're pushy. Hey, this is me. It's like, dude, I see you. All right, I signed that. No, no.
Yeah,
I don't know. As long as these actors are doing their best to be patient with the fans, you know what I mean? Because like you always got to consider these people are waiting in line. They're probably lifelong fans. They're paying money.
Yeah, they're paying their fucking.
Like I know it's not easy for actors to deal with these people, but no matter what, you still gotta like just I don't know. Just be patient with the fans, I guess.
You know who no one's ever said anything bad about is Felissa Rose, dude. She's just like
she's down to earth. She's fucking nice to everybody. She's not rude or anything. She's a good person to meet.
She's a true fan of the genre, man. She is a true fan. She's a bigger fan than she is.
She's made like a whole. She's got like made a whole career out of just being like a horror person. She hasn't done like as far as like movies go. She hasn't done a shit ton of movies.
Speaking of her, have you guys seen The Perfect House? It's an anthology she did with what's his name that played Ricky. Goddamn. But yeah, it's an anthology, and I mean it's low budget, but it's got a pretty good casting. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's called The Perfect House. It's got her and they play Ricky and a few other people. Check it out. Watch the whole way through. Give it a chance.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
I haven't either.
Yeah, is it because I know that the reason I mentioned why if you guys met asshole actors that were in conventions because a lot of people do have bad experience of meeting them if it's a bad day or they're just being a prick or something. I was just mentioning about that. That's why.
Some people are also just like not cut out to meet people in
Yeah.
public.
Yeah, that's true.
And so they're just like, you might be an actor from a famous movie or something, but it doesn't
But
mean like you're a sociable person.
Like,
And so
our
maybe you
expectations are
Like
so fucking high that the least
like
little
that.
thing they do, we're going, well, he was a dick. You know what I mean? The least little thing that they do that we don't like, because we expect so much from them, because we've liked them for years. So if they're not perfect, we're right there going, well, he was a dick when I met him. So you know what I mean? They're under a microscope.
Like they had that bad experience with that kid actor that played Anakin. Was it Jake Lloyd?
Okay.
Is that his name? Jake Lloyd? The one that played young Anakin?
I don't remember what his
I
name
think
was.
you're right. I think that is his
Or
name.
Jamie?
But he's like a real schizophrenic in real life, so that
Yeah,
guy's a
like
little out of his mind. So
yeah, like a lot of people said that he is kind of weird to meet in real life.
but apparently like he's on medication for schizophrenia. Like he's a
Yeah.
legit schizophrenic, which is
Oh, he is.
unfortunate, but
Floyd.
Yeah, he was in the first episode one.
yeah. But that's pretty much why his movie career never took off. Like apparently he's got schizophrenia.
Yeah.
I think he had a run in with some meth for a little while and took some police on a
That'll
high
tell
speed
us.
chase and all this crazy shit. But that's a
He's like
shame.
he's like in the same path that happened to Edward Furlong. Like his
Yeah.
career is not doing good.
Hmm.
well, yeah, drugs are a motherfucker, dude. They can genuinely fuck up your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, you gotta know when to put them in their place and be like, well, maybe not that anymore for at least a long while.
You remember? I can't remember his name. He was the actor from Boys in the Hood who shot a dude in the alleyway,
Right.
and he was just an actor. And then after that movie, he got so much props from everyone. He became like a gang member, and then he
Yeah.
got arrested, and then he got murdered in jail. It's like, jeez,
Oh,
Yeah,
that dude, the guy with that
he
red
was a
cap
young
that
actor,
shot
yeah.
Ricky.
yeah,
He
crazy story.
he was a gang member, yeah. And to the point to where he went all down G with it. Went to prison and was all proud and ended up getting all fucked up. It's like, damn, dude, you were just a fledgling actor.
Yeah. They killed. He died in a gruesome way.
The worst thing you can do is believe your own shit. The worst thing that let that be true. All right, guys, man. Thanks for joining us up here. Much appreciated. Thank you. Good to see you again, man. It's been
Yeah,
a while.
Good to see you, Cadaver.
yeah, for sure. It's been cool hanging out. I have not been like very social at all, but I'm trying to get social again.
Yeah.
Ben,
Make it
what happened to the Saturday night coast to coast stream you guys were doing?
do it
Um,
once in a while.
those guys, I'm still in like a group chat. I still talk with them and stuff. But they just, I don't know, people got busy, so the stream like became less consistent and stopped. We'll talk about doing it again. Those guys are always fun to stream with.
He's
Yeah,
so
I
busy.
figured it wasn't like anything serious. I just figured, it was like every Saturday. It's pretty much how like I would stay in touch with you and the rest of the guys there. But it's all good things must come to an end at some point, and I understand that. But I was just like, just curious about that. I haven't seen you in a while or heard from you either, but it's always good to see a new video from you when I do.
Yeah, I'm not. You're not on any other social media, I don't think, Sean. So I'm not like can never. I'm on Instagram quite a bit more than I am YouTube. But
Yeah, I don't do anything besides YouTube, and I need to just start the damn Instagram so I can stay in touch with
Yeah.
people, but I just
Pick
find it
one so
annoying.
you can
I
contact
find
people,
it
yeah.
so
Just
annoying.
pick one so that people can contact without emailing. It's like I'll send an email and be like, okay, you haven't seen it yet. And
you
it's
guys
like,
remember? You remember when YouTube had a messaging section? You could like message people.
I don't remember that.
Those were the good old days.
I mean, nowadays, like you post your own email address in the comments, YouTube takes it away. Like what? Like why? It's just an email address. What's the big deal? Nope, taking it right off. What the fuck?
Yeah, I got a quick zombie question. What is the worst zombie movie you guys ever seen?
Black Demons, Umberto Lenzi, fucking garbage. 1988, I think that was. That is a bad one. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's like the worst one, but I just went right off the top of my head, and that's Umberto Lenzi, 1988, Black Demons. It's fucking bad.
One of those Day of the Dead shows.
Yeah, like they did a remake or something, right? For Day of the Dead.
Two.
Of them, yeah.
But like, what was
and
the
one crappy sequel?
Yeah, I think it was the crappy sequel that I was like, that one's pretty bad.
Well, I heard such as that one with Sid Haig, that Night of the Living Dead 3D or whatever with Sid Haig. They said that was awful. I've never seen it. I can't stand to see Sid do that.
For me, the worst zombie movie I seen was Zombie Diaries.
Yeah.
The cover.
Is that the actual title?
Yeah, what's this
Zombies,
one?
Zombies of Mass Destruction? That does sound familiar.
Check it out.
I like, now, Sean, you didn't like this one, right? One Cut of the Dead?
I could have made that in my backyard with my friends and about $5,000. I could have made that movie.
But I don't know if you could have or not, but I like that movie quite a bit. But the first part of it is like, you're like, wait, what the fuck am I watching even?
I mean, I still have it on DVD. I might give it another shot, but it just felt so cheap and just unorganized. It just felt like, all right, we're gonna film, and you guys do what you do, and we're just gonna film it. We're not even gonna plan this. It's just the way it felt.
Well, I think Battery's good.
Which one? Oh, the Battery, yeah.
Battery's it's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, but Zombie Diaries, to me, that was my pick as the worst zombie movie. Like, even the cover was a big false advertise when I saw the DVD cover.
I think I seen that first.
It was like a Dimension Extreme where it's like some guy from Resident Evil holding a shotgun and zombies around the side of him. You don't see that dude. It's a found footage movie.
No, I mean, what's his name's in it? Marcellus Wallace. Big Rain is in that, isn't he?
Yeah, there is a lot of bad zombies.
Oh, Ving Rhames? You're talking about Ving Rhames?
Yeah, he was in one of those.
Day of the Dead. He was in Day of the Dead remake.
He was in. He
was also in the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. He was in 2 remakes from Romero. That Romero did.
He should have stopped after Dawn.
Yeah, I don't know why he took the vegetarian zombie remake in Day of the Dead.
Well, I mean, you know, maybe he's just not getting that many acting jobs these days.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but
yeah, dude, a lot of actors are in that boat.
If you're Ving Rhames, you could just make a living doing like, you know, concept.
People are always going to check it out just because he's in it. You know what I mean? Just out of curiosity because they like about the whole film. Yeah.
It's almost like Steven Seagal. Like he does these awful movies nowadays that are like Echo Bridge films, but he's got constant work. Even though it's garbage, he still has work.
Yeah, the last time Steven Seagal was in the movie that was in theaters with Machete.
Yeah, that's 07.
Yeah, that was the last time.
Or maybe that might have been like 09 or something. I forget.
2010.
2010.
I don't usually shit about too many people, but Steven Seagal is kind of like a big ass fake son of a bitch weirdo.
And he's a bitch in real life too.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm a fucking badass, and now I'm like a deputy or some shit, and like.
Oh, early on, he was like this cook or something on a ship or some shit. He always plays that role, and he was the guy that you just don't fuck with. He's like, fuck with him. You know what I mean?
He's a cocky bastard. But he even tried to. Oh, sorry.
You know, like when you see martial arts like masters and they're doing a demonstration. They're just like, don't they do that? And some dude like falls over it. That's like Steven Seagal. Like he's not a genuine like karate dude, but he fully marketed himself as that. He might kick my ass because I'm not a fighter or whatever. Well, nowadays he's pretty old, so. But like, I don't know. I watched like some documentaries on him, just like his whole career. He's just such a like shyster.
Did you remember
what's her name? From Weird Science when he was married
Kelly
to
LeBrock?
Yeah.
Kelly LeBrock. Didn't he wasn't he mean to her or some shit?
Yeah, he was abusive to her when they were married. He was a bitch to her.
That's guy.
Well,
Even
because Anderson Silva said Seagal taught him a move and he won many matches with it. That doesn't seem accurate.
like to say,
Yeah, but Silva
Like
was skilled though. You know,
Yeah.
Silva knew how to use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Silva probably mixed it up. Like, I don't think it was just this thing where, like, you know, Silva's opponent came up to him and he just did that and like won the match or whatever. You know, like, I could be wrong.
yeah, he wasn't getting into a fight with Van Damme, and he was all being like a cocky bitch to him, and he was like, "I'm gonna fight you," and then Van Damme was ready, and then Seagal was never showed up for the fight.
I bet Van Damme would have kicked his ass, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Van Damme got fucked up in Chicago by Chuck Zito. He's drunk fucking shit, tried to hit on him, and he's hitting on Zito's woman or something. And Chuck Zito, which was Stallone's bodyguard, the dude that actually he does know his shit. I guess he beat the shit out of Van Damme. That was way back in the day.
All right, I gotta get over here now, guys.
yeah, I gotta get my exercise in before it gets too late over here too.
All right, guys. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
then.
Thanks,
Good
everybody.
seeing you again, man.
All right, good seeing you. Take
Hopefully
Cadaver.
everybody
Take care.
enjoyed themselves, had a good time. I did. Good to see you guys again. That's Sean Blue Digital. That's Ben from Cadaver Club. There's Juno2000. And I'm Glorford, and you know Further from not. So very nice.
All right. Night, Cadaver. Night,
Night,
Keith.
y'all.
Night, Sean. Take care.
Take care.